What's going on, guys? It's G Fitness, the one and only, back again, and today we're going to touch on abs and nutrition. So in order to get the abs, you need to step your nutrition game up, people, and you need to be consistent with it. Not just, don't give it 50%, you got to give it 100%. I know they say 80%, but give it that 100%, because that's the hardest thing, and it's not easy. Me, myself, you know, I struggle sometimes as well, believe it or not. For me personally, in regards to my abs is near enough being solid pretty much throughout my life. I haven't been involved in a lot of activity from a young age. I was doing a lot of craziness when I was young. I'd done some athletics, I delved into football, I was playing a lot of basketball up to this day throughout college and university. I still played basketball as well, so that helped to keep me in shape. And even at a young age, I was doing taekwondo, which really built the foundations for me as well in terms of strength, ab strength, and what have you. So for me, even up to this day, fitness professional, I'm still working out. I work out quite heavily as well and frequently. So my abs is pretty much solid all year round. I keep my nutrition tight as well. Not as tight. There has been a few times where I do indulge, as you do. So, but I always work hard as well. So that makes up, it kind of counterbalances it as well. So before we get on to what we should eat, let me just touch on a few things that you shouldn't eat. Yeah, so it may seem a bit obvious to some of the stuff that I'm going to address to you, but you know, we got to touch on these things. So the first thing's carbs. You want to make sure that you cut down on your carbs, because carbs is more or less, you know, you hear bodybuilders, yeah, I'm going to put on my carbs, or people want to bulk up, they increase their carbs. So that's more or less for bulking. There is clean carbs, don't get me wrong, but in this case, I'm just generalizing. Carbs as a whole, just you need to minimize that. Even, you know, pasta, stuff like that, rice, which is very carby, especially rice, you want to cut down your portions, especially on that. If can be, then cut it out. But I know it's hard as well. Or you can even make a replacement for the normal white pasta with probably spelt. Spelt pasta is always a good option as well, high in protein. It does have carbs, but also make sure you just cut it down, cut down your portions. That's the best thing I could suggest to you guys. Next thing is the oil, which is the next big contributor in stomach fat especially. So with the oil, you want to make sure that you cut down on your usage of it, or if you can, a supplement for, say for example, I know a lot of people cook with vegetable oil and coconut oil. You could supplement it with grapeseed oil, which is a good alternative. This is something I use as well. The reason why grapeseed is good and better, because it has a good source of vitamin E, but it's also been proven and shown to improve heart health and low cholesterol levels as well. So that would be a good option to go for. Now, I'm not saying that grapeseed is the best, but it is the better option. That's what I'm suggesting to you guys. But if you can, then I would cut out the oil, or cut it down to a minimal usage if you can. The next thing we have to supplement is the caffeine. Now, you find a lot of people, you know, who work long hours of the day may have to take, or feel the need to take a lot or drink a lot more coffees throughout the day. Now, a problem with the coffee, or caffeine should I say, is that it stimulates the release of adrenaline. Now, a pitfall of this is that it increases cortisol circulating around the body, which is the stress hormone that encourages fat to be stored, particularly around the midsection. So a supplement for caffeine, which I would suggest, is green tea or chamomile tea. And green tea, obviously you're not going to put any sugar in there. Green tea can just be had just like that, and you can have 4 to 6 cups throughout the day. And what green tea is going to do is going to help to increase your metabolism and help you to burn fat rather than, you know, increase your fat storage. Now, as I just touched on before, the sugar, which is the next enemy of fitness and an enemy of gains as well. So the sugar, the problem with the sugar is that it increases your insulin levels, or increases a spike in your insulin levels. Now, the insulin causes fat to be stored, particularly around your midsection. So my suggestion would be to if you can, to cut out sugar completely, or to cut it down to a minimal, if that's whether that's white or brown sugar, you have to cut that out. Or alternative for sugar, what you can add to, for example, your chamomile tea would be agave syrup. Now, I know my Dr. Sadie people would know what I'm talking about. Agave syrup is natural and it's proven to be good for you as well. So it's better than your honey. It's more from a natural source. So you can get that from like Tesco's as well. So I would suggest maybe adding that to your chamomile tea. If you find that it's a bit bland, just to add a bit more sweetness. So now that we touched on some of the things that you should avoid or try to cut down on, I'm going to give you an insight of things that you should include within your diet in order to achieve a flat stomach and just full body, helping to lose body fat percentage and to help with weight loss as well. So first things first, you got to increase your vegetables within your diet. Yeah, so more plant-based foods. For example, what vegetables can you include into your diet? Stuff like kale, which has a good source of iron. You've got avocados, which is a good source of fats as well, so it's got good fats in there, and it's also very good for the body, good source of minerals also. Mushrooms, dandelion greens, good garbanzo beans, stuff like this you should try to include within your diet. And you can include your greens with your protein as well. So your protein obviously is going to help with rebuilding the muscle. So the good thing about some of the greens that I just mentioned is that they have good source of minerals, and the minerals are very important, you know, because we've been told a lot of stuff in terms of so much information out there in terms of nutrition, but our bodies are made up of minerals and we need to get these essential minerals in order to keep optimized in terms of health. So yeah, if you guys would like maybe me to give you or send you off a guide in which it will have all your grains, your vegetables, your nuts and seeds and herbal teas that you can include in your diet, was always going to help with flushing out toxins and really helping with reducing fat storage around your stomach as well, then hit me up, send me an email. My email, you'll find it in my bio, or you can also hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up for the DM, and I'll get that over to you. Now, as I said, I would come back to the minerals. Now, the minerals are very important. As I said before, our bodies are made up of 102 plus minerals. There's a lot of minerals in the mineral kingdom, and for me personally, I don't take protein shakes. Not that I'm against them, but it's just not something that I take personally. I have tried it. I've tried a few different proteins and stuff, and they all have done really well. But what I do now is I take something called CMOS, which is like my protein shake, for example. So CMOS, it has 92 of 102 minerals which our body's made up of, and it's really good. It's got a good source of carbon, which our body's carbon based as well, so I'll be getting that in. Also for the brain as well, as the brain is made up of carbon. It's got copper in there, zinc, so much stuff in it, so much goodness in there for your body, which is going to help. Good source of iron as well, all good for your body, so it's all going to help you just to keep you strong, good for the bones as well. And that's what I have. So I usually boil that up, so you can boil it up. You boil it up for about 10 minutes, and then what you do, let it cool down, and then you can either put it in a smoothie, put the bits that you have in the smoothie, you don't throw out the water, and then you just put it in a container or a storage and put it in the fridge. The next day it will turn into a jelly form, and you can just use this throughout the week and put it in and mix it in with your vegetables or some of your fruits as well, which is something I do, and I feel, to be honest, I feel great. The abs is still on deck, so it must be doing something good, and I just feel more sharper as well. So definitely look into that CMOS. And if you would like to know more about it, where you can get it from, then contact me, and I'll also probably be able to provide you with a bag or where you can get it from. Now next, we touched on some of the basis of the diet and nutrition. I wasn't going to go crazy in depth with the nutrition stuff, but I just wanted to give you guys some sort of information on what you can get started on, some beginner information, or maybe some stuff that you're probably not really focusing on or didn't really know about. So that could add to your arsenal as well, and I can probably help you with getting those gains as well and reducing your stomach fat and overall body fat percentage as well. The next thing is the exercise, which obviously cardio is a necessity, but I wouldn't say just steady state cardio is the best way to go about it. High intensity interval training is probably the best way to go about losing body fat percentage. Or you remember, we're trying to trim down, we're trying to get our six-pack lean, so body fat percentage will be the thing that would be best to look at to gauge that. So again, high intensity is one of the best ways. You work in a shorter given a time and you're giving it 100%. So I find that's the best way for trimming down quickly, if done right. And also, not to say that the steady state is bad, it can be done as well, but you know, I just don't see the point of coming to the gym and maybe walking on the treadmill for 40 minutes. You can do that outside, and that's something that's actually my prescription to you guys. If you're starting off and you want to lose weight, an hour a day, go for a walk. I don't know, go to your local park, I don't know, walk, just walk. You have your cardio, but you also have your weights as well. Again, weights is the best thing to do. You know, lifting weights is the best thing to do. Why? Because it increases your metabolism. And it's going to increase. The more muscle you have, the more muscle mass you have, it's going to help to burn more body fat percentage. So in turn, it will help with the goal of getting a bit more leaner and looking lean as well. So make sure you include some weighted exercise into your routine. Last thing I'm going to touch on, people, is mindset. Now, mindset's everything. You know, when you get into this fitness thing, it's a journey. It's not something, it's not a quick fix. You can't just come in and think that you're going to spend maybe a month and you're going to have, you know, abs like me. It doesn't work like that. You have to put in the work, and it's all about mindset. You think it, you believe it, you can achieve it. So what I would suggest, what I do currently, what I affirm to a lot of the people I work with, is to write down where you actually want to, where you are now and where you want to be. Yeah, and where you are now, you want to get rid of that, burn that. Where you want to be, just stay focused on that every morning and night, and just affirm it. You know, you want the six-pack abs. I will get six-pack abs in this given time. You know, so that's one of the things that's going to help to sharpen your mind and get you on that track of believing in yourself, because anything's possible and you can achieve it. I believe in you, so just put in the work and believe in yourself, you know. So the next thing people lack is the self-discipline. You know, we would all have abs we would all have abs like this if we was more disciplined within our life and stuff like that. But you know, life is hard, and you know, we got to adopt more discipline into our lives, and that's going to help you. Once you're more disciplined with your nutrition, more disciplined with your training, you're consecutive and you're consistent. You know, when I say discipline, I mean you can, you know, full on, not just a month or a week. I come to the gym 4 times a week this week, and you're boasting to your friends. You want to be consecutive and disciplined throughout that year. You know, I've been going to the gym 4 days a week for a year. You want to, that's the kind of discipline you want to have. Nutrition wise, you want to be consecutive and consistent with it, week on, week off, every time. You're hitting it nice. Everything's on point. You're prepping your meals. You've got everything set up. So again, discipline's a big thing, and a lot of people lack the discipline, and they look at me and they wonder, oh, how do I get the abs? But the thing is, I'm disciplined, but I always work hard as well, and I'm consistent with it. So again, be consistent with your goals, and just, you know, just know and believe in yourself that you can achieve what you want to achieve. There you go, people. That's the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, put the thumbs up, like, comment below. New subscribers always welcome. And stay tuned for more, because I'll be posting later down more nutrition videos, giving you an insight into my nutrition as well, so you guys can see exactly what type of things I have as well, and also more ab exercise. Stay tuned for that. Before we go, I'm just going to make you look at my current abs condition. So pretty good, but you know, you may look at me and think, yeah, those abs is on fleek, but I still want to do better. There's always room for improvement, and never settle for just this. Always go for more. You know, you want better than this. You better want better than this. So yeah, and that's it. I'm gonna leave you guys with that, and peace.